So I wasn't gonna make a review of this laptop because it's the 2017 edition and I think Lenovo's about to replace it with a 2018 model. But that being said, if you don't mind that it's the 2017 version, you can get very capable hardware for very cheap because the price on this thing has dropped. This is the Lenovo Yoga 720 15.6 inch. This version has the i7-7700K, that's a 7th gen processor, GTX 1050 2GB graphics, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, a 4K IPS monitor with pen input, and a 1TB SSD. I think the design of this laptop is quite handsome, but it does appear to take visual cues from Apple laptops, so if you like those, you'll probably like the way this one looks too. What you get is an all-metal build and thin bezels, and a laptop that can flip around into a tablet. The build quality is also super solid, there isn't much flex to the keyboard or the screen, and the hinges are nice and firm. There is just a little bit of wobble when you're typing, but that doesn't bother me. Overall, I think that it is quite a well-built laptop. Where this thing really excels though is performance, so you're getting that high-end 7700K processor from the 7th generation, you're getting the GTX 1050 graphics, which means you can use it for light gaming. So really it's not a gaming laptop, but it's more of a mixed workstation laptop, and I haven't really ran that many benchmarks, but day-to-day performance and light gaming is totally okay. The fans on this thing too, they do turn on quite often, but they're not really loud. They don't have any high-pitched whine to them, and they're more like a gentle blowing of air. Even when they are at their loudest, it's still kind of like shh, instead of being like wee, like some laptops are. I really don't mind that. There are a couple things I really like about this, and the first off is the screen. It is absolutely gorgeous to look at. The 4K screen is great for editing photos and good for consuming media. The colors are fairly accurate, but there is just a little bit of blacklight bleed. The other thing I really like is the keyboard. It is clicky and responsive, and overall quite a nice typing experience. The trackpad is also fairly solid to use, not the best that I've used and it's a little bit floaty feeling, but it is up there for Windows laptops. I've also used the pen input in Photoshop, and if you are an artist who is drawing constantly, maybe this isn't the laptop for you, but for someone who's touching up photos with the pen, using this thing in tablet mode fairly irregularly, then it'll totally work for you. The speakers on this laptop are also pretty good. They are a little bit hollow and tinny, but they have more bass than other comparable models, and that makes it overall pretty enjoyable to watch media on this device, especially with that big, gorgeous 4K screen. Now, there is a couple issues with the screen too. First of all, it isn't all that bright, so I wouldn't expect to use this screen in direct sunlight. Also, there is fairly significant pulse width modulation when you lower the backlight to anything below 100%. You can't see it in real life, but you can see it on camera here, and some people are sensitive to this. Something that may be an issue for you is the port selection. It is a 15.6 laptop, but Lenovo only included 2 USB-A's, 1 USB-C, and a headphone jack. And that USB-C is only 2-lane Thunderbolt, so A, you're not going to be able to charge off of it, and B, you will not be able to output multiple 4K displays. One final potential issue is that when this model was first released, there were several people that noticed some issue with the top right-hand corner of the screen. I haven't had that issue after 2 months of ownership, but just keep in mind that it is possible that the issue will still potentially pop up. And I've been using this laptop pretty consistently for the last 2 months. I've seen no performance hiccups. There's tons of storage space on the 1TB SSD, so I would highly recommend considering this laptop, and since it is such a big purchase, whether or not the laptop is right for you, it's definitely up to what you need out of it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this 2-in-1, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them as best I can. If you like this video or subscribe to my channel, thank you so much for your support.